story starts in the land of Uz, where a dutiful and righteous man named Job lived. His life was one full of blessings. With 7 sons and 3 daughters, his family was picture perfect. He was a wealthy man with thousands of sheep and camels, hundreds of oxen and donkeys, and many servants. Believing and sharing the gifts the Lord gave him, Job would often hold feasts on special occasions, inviting his family members and community people. Everything seemed to be a dream come true until that fateful moment that God called the angels to present themselves and Satan came along. God asked, "Where have you come from?" And Satan said, "From roaming throughout the earth, going back and forth on it." God asked, "Have you considered my servant Job? There's no one on earth like him. He's blameless and upright, a man who fears me, and he shuns evil. You have blessed the work of his hands, so that his flocks and herds are spread throughout the land. But now, stretch out your hand and strike everything he has, and he will surely curse you to your face." "Very well," God said. "Everything he has is in your power, but on the man himself you will not lay a finger." One peaceful day, Job sat reading, and a messenger arrived with horrible news. Marauders had attacked, slaughtering his oxen and donkeys, leaving devastation in their wake. Meanwhile, a second messenger brought word of a raging fire that engulfed Job's sheep, leaving only sorrowful ashes behind. And then another messenger arrived, reporting ruthless plundering by the Chaldeans, leaving him reeling from yet another devastating blow. As Job's heart weighed heavy with grief, the final blow struck like a thunderbolt. A mighty wind, born of the desert fury, swept through his son's abode, shattering its very foundation. Job was stricken with grief and disbelief. He tore his robe and shaved his head and fell to the ground in worship. Despite his unfathomable loss, he uttered words of faith and he surrendered to the Lord. "The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. May the name of the Lord be praised." It didn't even stop there. Satan also cursed Job with painful sores from head to toe, and Job could only soothe them by scraping himself with broken pottery. His wife was baffled, even asking him, "Are you still maintaining your integrity? Curse God already and die." Job's friends Eliphaz, Bildad, and Zophar set out to visit, only to start weeping and faltering under the heaviness of what had befallen their just and kind friend Job. Fighting his despair and almost losing, Job started wishing he was never born. "Why did I not perish at birth and die?" After some time, even Job's friends left him on his own, questioning his integrity and even questioning if God had actually abandoned him. Job cried out, "How long will you torment me and crush me with your words?" In the midst of his despair, the Lord asked Job some things to reveal deeper truth. "Who is this that obscures my plans with words without knowledge? Brace yourself like a man, and I will question you, and you shall answer me. Where were you when I laid the foundations of the earth? Tell me if you understand." It was like a sip of cold water on the hottest of summer days. It was like Job came back to his senses and felt an ever-strong urge to preserve and keep his faith. "I know that my Redeemer lives and that in the end he will stand on the earth, and after my skin has been destroyed, yet in my flesh I will see God. I myself will see him with my own eyes, I and not another. How my heart yearns within me." After God spoke to Job, God addressed Eliphaz and his companions, expressing his displeasure at their false words about him, unlike his faithful servant Job. To atone, God instructed Eliphaz, Bildad, and Zophar to bring 7 bulls and 7 rams for a burnt offering. They were to present these offerings before Job and seek Job's intercession in prayer. After they promptly obeyed God's command, presenting the offerings as directed, God accepted Job's prayer on behalf of his friends, and in response, restored his fortune twofold, abundantly blessing him. Those who had shunned Job during his trials now gathered around him, offering him comfort and support. In the latter years of his life, Job witnessed an abundance of blessing from God with 14,000 sheep, 6,000 camels, and a vast herd of oxen and donkeys. His prosperity surpassed even his former wealth. Job was blessed with 7 sons and 3 daughters, each more beautiful than the last. Job lived to a ripe old age of 240 years and passed away peacefully, leaving behind a legacy of faith, resilience, and the enduring blessing of God.